Hello and welcome to a midweek Wardy's Waffle. Got quite a lot going on this week, and we've got the conference tomorrow that I'm helping Agri with at Newark Showground. That will be great to see as many of you as possible. Please come up and say hello if you're going to that. Should be a really good, interesting day. So this week's update, we have got a machine from Lamma. I haven't posted yet, and it's a prototype that's just been launched, the strip till machine. So that'll be really good to just go through that. And also we have had the sheep that we've had on our cover crops up here, actually the field next door to where I am now, have been dipped because of scabs. So we take a look at that. New thing to me, that is, looking at actually what happens with the scab and what actually takes place. So that'll be a really good one to look at. And also we take a little bit of a look at sugar beet. We've got frost here. We're going to take a more of a detailed look at that at the on Sunday's update, Sunday's Wardy's Waffle. And the other thing is we've just started doing our dikes out with an excavator, so that'll be good to just have a look at that and just see what we're doing. So we're going to take a bit of a look at that. So that's this week's update. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you at the end. Just arrived at Lamma. Come straight away to fetch a coffee, and I'm really impressed because what have we here? Silver spoon, sugar made from English sugar beet. Well done, Lamma, or the NEC, or whoever's responsible. Change machinery stand. I've got Rian Jones.
Yep.
Who started the company.
I did,
family. Yeah, brilliant. And just saying about some of this kit, how well finished it is. The paint finish, there's no sharp edges on the machinery. How do you go about that? And when you start looking at it, how important is that to you?
That is crucial, really, at the end of the day for us. You know, the finish of our machine ultimately, it puts a stance on who we are. It sets you know the bar of what we stand for as such. So we pride ourselves on that side of things. Really.
And we'll just say in a minute ago as well, it annoys me when you get machines on coming into the farm, and hauliers will use chains to lift them off, and it's horrendous how some of it's treated.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. We use a couple of different transport companies, but one in particular, Haddington Transport. James there runs a superb job on a high ab. Everything's well cared for. He set the stand up for us at Lamma this time round. Well, over the last sort of two or 3 years.
Yeah.
And credit to him. He's very, very caring.
And we'll just turn the camera around and look at this machine, and then we'll go on to this one that's been launched at the show, which I think is really interesting. This machine is not new, it's been out 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. It's been a development, really. We started off with a slightly different frame altogether. Then I think us as a company and we sort of started to understand that people wanted more of a central folding system.
Yeah.
So this machine here, we've got a modular headstock that works on a 4 metre, a 5 and a 6.
Yeah. The
same structure on the wingspan as well, but basically we go wider is what we do. So this is a 4 metre machine that we've got on stand.
So those this obviously just cut the soil 3 or 4 inches deep,
that's right,
to stop the lift on the legs.
Correct. Yeah. So we've got a couple of
mention about the hydraulic disc. The reason for that.
Yeah. So you've got a couple of reasons. Main reason really is to minimise the surface disturbance, so we get a good cut on the front disc there. Really. We've then got residue and trash flow. That's the key reasons behind the disc. It just makes the life of the leg a lot easier, and the leg then is trailing directly behind the disc.
And then just going back down the machine, the seed comes out of that outlet there.
Yeah. I'll just bring you around on the other side as well. We've got a couple of different outlets.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yep. So what we've sort of tried to show at Lamma here is the fact that we've got straight outlets. We've also now got what we call a splash plate here. So if we are wanting to broadcast, so that would be a typical sort of setup really for your cover crop establishment really. Yep. So where the LDL really comes in is we've got a standalone low disturbance loosener. When it needs to be, we've got an oilseed rate seeding system on it, or we've got a cover crop seeding. And
then the roller, it's similar to a DD, but it's not. Is it your own type of design?
Yeah,
or is it one?
Really, we call this a shoulder press roller.
Yep.
The idea of this is it fits in a conventional system, it fits into your min-till system, and it also then fits in, into your direct drilling system, really.
Yeah. What's this machine here, and what's its purpose?
Right, so this is the strip till preparator, launching at Lamma. We've been working on this system now for the last 3 seasons as a prototype, so we've had 3 different prototypes, mainly focusing on the establishment of maize.
That's what the machine's called, and these are the crops that it will put in the ground, and also cover crops.
Absolutely, yeah. It's there for really the main focus on this machine now is to really try and maximise, the establishment of either of these crops that we're seeing. Yeah. Maize is what we've focused on mainly, and to try and get the best output.
Right. So just going to the front then.
So really, kick off from the front, we've got a hydraulic front disc.
Yeah.
This was manually adjusting. We've changed that to hydraulic now. Again, we're dealing with bigger and heavier residues and taller trash flow in general, really. We've then got a staggered leg system now where we offer either a shear bolt leg or a hydraulic reset.
Yeah.
You'll see some jazzy lights on here now. And this is basically simulating the granular fertilizer system.
Oh yeah.
We've got coming through the machine.
Yeah.
So this is blown straight from the front tank to the back of the machine.
So you have a front tank on the.
That's right, on the front of the tractor.
Yeah.
Blow the granular fert system now, and then we basically come. If you look in here, we've basically got an inlet that comes right behind the leg.
Yes.
And then if you just come around on this side, I know it's a bit tricky, there's a lot going on, but basically you've a foot here, which is actually placing the granular fert around about sort of 4 or 5 inches.
So it comes out the back.
That's right.
And there.
Yeah.
So if you can see there, you can see that slot. Yeah, that's good.
One of the sort of the key features that's unique to us is this system in here, and what we call them the catching discs ultimately. Yeah. So this is hydraulically operated from the cab, and we've got forward and backward movements here, so we can bring these discs as far forward and wrap right around the legs in here, or we can take them as far back as we need.
So on that wear plate, on that wear strip there.
Right. So on these nylon strips here, you've basically got the movement of the disc coming forward to back.
Yeah.
The key reason for that, when we are in dry conditions, we're actually catching that soil and bringing it back into the road. When we're in heavier soil, heavier residue, and we've got that soil flow that's coming through nicely, we can back them off a bit.
Yeah.
What they're then doing is they're guiding that soil straight into this system.
Yeah.
Now this is where we've really started to hone in on and worked quite a lot really over the last sort of 2 years specifically. We've now made that hydraulically adjustable so we can control the depth of where these rear discs are working.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see, but we can offset these discs. We can run them side by side, or we can run them as far apart as we want.
With the different holes.
We've gone with a wavy system.
Yes.
And the idea of that now is that the soil flow is being thrown to one side, thrown back the other way. So we're getting that soil shatter within the row. Yeah, sugar beet. I mean, for us now, we're this year is probably what we'll then focus more on the beet side of things, if I'm being completely honest with you. We've worked really intensively with maize over the last 3 seasons, and what we've found is that alleviating the compaction, creating a really nice seed bed, and that granular fertilizer application is where we get a rapid growth and a good performance.
And just looking at the machine, I think we'd like to try one this year, so that won't be a problem.
That'd be great.
On our sort of heaviest ground where we're growing sugar beet. Horsepower requirement of a 3 metre?
We're generally finding around that sort of 180 to 200 horsepower realistically.
Right. Which most farms have. So.
Absolutely, and you're getting good forward speed at that as well.
Yeah.
We're tending to run the machine at around about that 10-12k forward speed.
Yeah.
And that way we're getting the good soil flow, we're getting good sort of cultivation system happening at the back here.
Yeah. Right, Ryan, that's great. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
With those sheep being grazing in the field just over the hedge from these, unfortunately they came in here continuously, and these sheep are well farmed, looked after properly. These now have got scab. You can tell how they itch, pull the soil up into the wool, scratching away at the cell.
So these have got scab then, Les?
Yes.
And how can you tell? You can see that by its fleece.
Yes, but how they scratch themselves and make themselves all dirty. And if you do that, look, she goes all itchy-fied.
Yes.
Look at that. Just all you can notice. Now this one's got lice.
Right.
And that's all done through them contaminated sheep
that have come off that other field there, just across the other side of that pickup truck.
And now, look at the state that one. She's got lice.
So that's why that fleece is all coming off.
Yes. Now, this is the sort of sheep. This is the sort of sheep he brings down here.
Yeah, look at this.
Now do a comparison.
Yeah, well, there isn't a comparison, Les.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know who can breed a sheep like that and who would pay somebody to look after sheep.
Well, you see the size of that one compared to the others.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
So how long has it taken for these to get like that?
Oh, about 8-9 weeks, I should have thought. Yes,
right.
8 or 9 weeks. I think we came here. No, probably 6 to 8 weeks.
Right.
Yes.
And that fleece then, that fleece there that's all coming out there and looking tatty, that will recover?
No, she'll recover, all right. Yes, she'll recover, yeah. But not if you didn't dip them.
No.
You didn't dip them.
So we'll have a look at this unit. This is the lorry with the tank in. They've just put a bit more water in. There's about 230 sheep here in total in this pen. Those out in the field have all been done. They've been dipped. So there's 230 odd here. Hello. This is the next batch. They do about 30 at a time in this unit. The sun's just a bit wrong, but we'll go up there and have a look in a minute. And these are all waiting to be done. And there's Les. You'll recognise Les from the other videos. So like I said, you'll recognise you, Les, from the video a few weeks ago. Just right, Les, what are you saying? Oh, that little one there, yeah. That
is somebody else's sheep. One is.
Hang on a minute, Les. So that little one, just there, you can see it there. A lot smaller. That's not yours.
No, it's somebody else's.
Yeah.
Somebody who grazed over the hedge.
Yeah.
Who kept letting the sheep get out.
Yeah.
Never got them in.
Yeah.
He had a shepherd, local shepherd, and I used to ring him up and tell him, and I said, "You've got this, that, and the other." They said, "Oh, somebody will get them in," they said, and I spent all Christmas up here.
Yeah.
Those just over the hedge, and these were here. And I think I could honestly say it's one of the worst Christmases that I've ever experienced.
Really, Les?
Yes.
You don't need it.
No.
You don't need it at all.
And on top of that, when you look at the quality, we'll get that one in a minute.
I was going to say, have a look at it, compare, because the quality, I mean, I'm no shepherd, but they look good.
These are good sheep.
You can see they are. I mean,
Yep.
look at that. Just look at them. Yeah, you can see they are. We'll just go up on the trailer, Les, and we'll have another chat to you in a minute.
Yeah, you go on the trailer.
There we go. Right, Noah's Ark, one by one. Right. Yeah, just the job. They obviously don't like going in, you've got to push them underneath. That's it then. So they do have to be underneath for a certain length of time.
As long as their ears are full, you see.
Yeah.
The mites live in their ears as well. As long as you fill their ears up.
So you've got to fill their ears with it, and that kills the mite.
Yeah.
Right. So these are all been dipped. It doesn't look very nice, but you have to do it because of the mite, because of what they've got.
They'll thrive after this.
It's what?
They'll thrive after all this.
They'll thrive, yeah. There you are. So they're just lifting the gate up now. Let these out. There's 30 just been done, you've seen. So Bob's just counting them to make sure. You can see they're eager to get out. Healthy, look at them when they jump off. Can't wait to get out, back out into the field. There we are, that's the last one. You can see its coat, fur dropping off, its fleece. There we go, look, they're all having a shake. Shaking up, look there, coming off. Lovely weather for the job, you heard Les say. So Les, the reason for actually dipping this is because they've got scab, but scab is being caused by mites, is that right?
That's right, and they keep scratching and scratching,
yeah.
and they itch so much they pull the wool off, and then obviously there's the skin and they get the scab on it, and that's how it gets the name of scab.
Yeah.
It's lice as well.
Yeah.
Which is another mite, and
it's contagious. Other sheep can catch it really quickly,
very much so,
as we've seen here.
Yes,
yeah.
And most of us dip regularly.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that don't bother no more. It used to be compulsory for everybody to dip at one time.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've dipped thousands in my lifetime.
Right.
And but now some people inject for it, which is quite successful.
Yeah.
But dipping is the best way of doing it.
Best way of dealing with it.
Dipping looks a bit rough on them at time when they go in the tipper, but I mean it doesn't
Well, when you
hurt
look
them.
at these and behind us and out in the field there, they're grazing happily, they're
Yes,
shaking
they
it
do.
off, they're drying. But I suppose again, it's very cold at the minute. It's important that they're dry before it starts to
This
freeze
is-
again tonight.
This is an ideal day to do them, really, because they'll be nice and dry before the...
Yeah, because it's sunny,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
breezy,
yeah,
so
yeah.
they'll dry.
Yes, yeah.
Brilliant, thanks Les. I've just asked Bob what they're using, and this is the dip they use. Now, I can't even pronounce that, but that is what goes in with the water, and there's a full list of sort of do's and don'ts, and it says what you can do. So if you want to watch this and just read that, rather, just freeze frame this playback and have a read of that, and you'll see what they use. But that's what they put in with the water to dip the sheep. Here you are, look, I think is this the can here? Yep, there we go, this is one. Yeah, sheep looking really happy now they've come out of that. They're back in the field, in the sunshine, lovely environment, sun on the back, bit of breeze to dry them, they'll be perfect now. Just getting the next batch to go in the pen now. So there we are, that's seen a bit something different. I haven't seen sheep being dipped ever. We've had sheep on the farm here for quite a few years, a number of times, but I've never ever seen this being done, so it's quite interesting. Here's Les's sheepdogs. So yeah, so it's interesting seeing a different side of farming and what goes on. And lastly, you'll probably recognise where this is. This is on this new bit of concrete we had. And it's the first time it's been used. I thought first time of a sugar beet, and it's not. So this is the beet pad we extended next to the sugar beet, and we'll touch on the sugar beet next week because, as I say, it's got frost damage. So it's now Saturday, and Ian's got the blade on. I was away when he was putting it on, but you can just see how much better that is. And just spot welded the bolts in the top, and then welded a bit down the side. But when you turn a blade, it never lasts as long as when it's new. You might think you've got half of it, but you haven't, because you've worn it a lot thinner underneath here as well. So within probably a year, that might be worn away, that'll be gone. But yeah, done a good job there. I've also just got the back of these brackets are bent a little bit. This is where it fastens on the Manitou. You can see there, that should be straight. You can see that one there is bent out a little bit. And the same with that one, not quite sure how that's happened. Anyway, Ian's got this ratchet on here, and going to cut these welds here, and it's cracked there a bit, you can just see. So he's going to cut these welds and then just tighten that up, close that up, and it will pull that in and just square it up. And this is the bucket we use for sugar beet. I've actually had quite a few questions over the last few weeks regarding sugar beet, about why do we use a bucket for sugar beet and not a basket. Now a basket is where you've got all, it's open if you like, you've got lots of wire, strong wire tubes through the bucket with gaps, sort of gaps like that between each tube, and that'll let the soil through, and you can load the beet with it, but you won't let the beet through. The problem with those buckets are, they're all right, if you're loading off a field, maybe that's what you want. But the problem with them is you can't move soil with those buckets. Every time you try and move any loose stuff, it drops through the gaps in the bucket. So having one of these, it just means you only need one bucket rather than two. So when we're cleaning out from under the cleaner, we actually can clean out properly and scrape the concrete with this. Whereas with a beet basket, and I'll just put this picture up and just got this off the internet of what a beet basket looks like. This is one of those. You can see with this, it wouldn't be as good for cleaning the concrete and cleaning the soil away. So that's why we use a bucket. Barry's just started doing the dikes out today, which is great. Came last week with this 10-ton cat digger, and he's just been doing a few jobs around the new house and digging a bit of a stone and putting a bit more of an extra car park area in front of the office this last day or two. Anyway, he's had a new bucket made for it, a 7-foot wide bucket, so we'll have a look at that. I've got quite a lot of dikes to do down here, and yeah, it's going to do a cracking job, I'm sure. Haven't been done for a number of years. Look at that, the amount is taken out there. You can see it hasn't been done for a long while. What he's doing is we're going to put it on the field here and then let it dry out. He'll spread it a bit nicely, and then we'll come along here with the express probably and chop it up when it's dry in the spring. We're putting barley in this field, and then we'll hopefully be able to work it, chop it up down here, and then just incorporate it into the soil, and it'll all be gone and got rid of. Nothing worse than having it all piled up all over the place. We've got 1 or 2 pipes in this dike coming out the bank. Yeah, that bucket's brilliant that Barry's had made. When you look, there's a pipe in the bank just there coming out from up there, and then there's another pipe there where Barry is. You can just see it there coming out, and then he's found one just up here, and that's a drain. You can just see that working. We'll get a spade in these, and you'll have a look in the next video what it's like. Trying to dig around the edge of that drain. You can see there it's got a, you can see the walls of that, it's got a fiberglass head wall to it. It's not Barry's digger, he's hired it from a local company not far away, just to the side of Newark. Tom's washing the RX and the drill ready for the conference tomorrow. We're taking it to the showground, and the other drills are all going to be there as well that took part in the drilling trial. So anybody that wants to see it, it's here to have a look at.